Hi, it's Alexis Hasselberger, time management and productivity coach. Do you find that you spend a lot of time thinking about what other people might be thinking about you and what you're doing or not doing at work? I think a lot of people have this kind of hidden habit that is actually stealing a lot of time from them and creating a lot of stress. And it is where maybe we're trying to change some practices, or maybe we're trying to do things differently for our productivity, et cetera. And we're worried to make some changes because we're worried about what other people might be thinking about us. And so I want to talk today about how to actually just have an awkward conversation if you need to, because it's often the fastest way to get us towards the things that we want to be doing, so that we're not spending so much time ruminating, speculating, making up stories, and trying to connect the dots in our own head about what other people might be thinking. But before we get into that, I want to share just one thing, and this is that people are thinking about you a lot less than you think. Most people just aren't thinking about you at all. So when you're spending time thinking about what they might be thinking about you, they're probably just not thinking about you. How do I know this? Because nobody's thinking about us. People are just thinking about themselves, right? Think about it. What about you? How much of your time do you spend speculating and thinking about what other people are doing and all of that stuff? No, you don't have time for that. You've got your own life to live, right? But that doesn't mean that we ourselves find it so easy to stop thinking about what other people might be thinking about us. And so sometimes we need to have some conversations. And when this comes up frequently with my clients. It's often around things around notifications, or they're trying to stop being so reactive to Slack and email and checking those things 40 times a day, 50 times a day, and instead turn off the notifications and process email and Slack a few times a day, right? Or maybe more, but not be at the beck and call of every single ding and ping, because that just steals so much time for us. But people are worried about what other people will think. Like, what if they don't see a message and they don't get to it right away? Will people think that they're slacking off, not doing their job? When they're remote but they're not accessible, like what will people think? What if their boss can't get in touch with them? And so I often think that just what we need to do is tell people, right? Just have a conversation. You can actually just tell your manager, your boss, or people that you're working with, hey, I'm experimenting with some productivity upgrades to my life, and as a result, I am going to be, trying to turn off notifications, but I'm still going to be available. I'm still going to be processing and checking my messages multiple times a day. And if you need me in an emergency, and this is key, here's how you should get a hold of me. So maybe it's call you, text you, etc. Now, you can even let your tech do some of this for you. So you can use that away message on Slack, your status message, and you can just say, heads down on a project. I'll be up for air around 4, and that's when I'll be responding to your emails. If you need me in an emergency, here's how to get me, right? You can use your email autoresponder for this, or you can even add a line to your signature, as a lot of people that I work with do, that says, I process email a few times a day during normal business hours. If you need me more urgently than that, here's how to get a hold of me. And that's the real key, right? Is that you can just tell people what you're doing, so that you're not worried about what they're worried thinking about you, because you've already told them exactly what you're doing, right? And there are so many ways that this can be applied to just so many situations that we have where we're worried about what other people might think. Just have a conversation. Just tell them what you're doing, and then you won't be thinking about it anymore. You won't be ruminating about it anymore, because you'll know exactly what they're thinking. They're thinking what you told them.
Hello, it's the video editor here. I just want to quickly say drop a like and subscribe. As you can see, only 11.3% of the people that watch our videos are actually subscribed, so it would just be a big help if you subscribe.